Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. So this listener says, where's the guests? We've had a good 39 episodes with no guests.
Really?
I love you
39?
both. I love you both, but Jamie's been so badly sick that would have been a perfect opportunity for some fresh blood. We did consider that, but because we wanted the episode to come out, we kept putting it off. Like every day we were like, oh, tomorrow I'll be okay. Tomorrow I'll be okay. And then we were like, we need to record, Jamie. Like,
I thought I was going to get over it in a couple of days, and then 3 weeks later, I'm still here with a croaky voice.
You know, it's. I was going to say excuses, and like with me going on holiday and then like trying to get the Patreon and the merch store and stuff, like it's been crazy. But it's not as easy as you think to get people to come on the show. Like we have to really fuck it, and then it's like organize it, and we seem to find all the Americans that want to come on and no British people.
Yeah, and to top it off, most of mine and Dan's allotted recording days are like Mondays and Tuesdays during the week, so or Wednesday, and people work, man. Like I work a totally different shift to Dan. We got guys from America who obviously are still at work when we're recording these because their day hasn't finished. I don't know, and it's networking as well. There's a lot of networking that goes into talking to people. Like we don't talk to a person once and then they're on. It's a bit of conversation, a bit of organisation, and I think we've been up to other stuff. But there is guests coming. Don't you worry.
Yeah. No, we're definitely we get a bit complacent. Same with like we haven't had many games because we're just trying to get on sort of like get ahead, fixated on getting ahead and getting all these other things that we sort of forget. But I said in the email, and I say this to the listeners, like if you listen to a podcast, obviously not a massive fucking one because no one gives a shit about us at the minute, but if you listen to like other indie podcasts you think there'd be a good match, just like tag us in some of their content or something like that and let us know, and you know we'll reach out to them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So but there will be. I said at the beginning of the year that for this year I'm going to find an English podcast guest to come on. So so that is still ongoing. She says, I do love the pod. Do not get me wrong, guys, but I enjoy a guest here and there. I do too. It makes it so much fucking easier to not have to talk.
Oh, mate. It breaks it up a bit. Like, because obviously me and Dan have our times where we're pre-recording a lot. Like now, we could burn ourselves out by episode 3, 4. So it would be nice to have a person there here and there that we can count on. But it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll get one. There'll be many more. Hopefully, if the Patreon goes well, we might even have some cash that we can be like, we'll give you a tenner. Come on. If they're a bit more.
I'll send you 30 quid for half an hour as you're on.
Yeah.
We just end up with loads of hookers. Not sleeping with them, just having them on the
podcast. But she does have a question. She says, I'm starting to understand people's anger towards the government and the NHS after listening to Jamie trying to find a doctor's appointment. And myself still waiting for an appointment a year and a half later. I wonder if it's better in the UK to go private like others or stay as it is. What do you think? At first I was a bit sort of like, I don't want private, but I think it'd be better.
I'm torn on it because obviously I can afford private. I'm lucky enough to be able to afford it, or an insurance scheme to be able to get private. The same as yourself, Dan. It's not a thing that's out of our hands, But if you think of people that are literally on the breadline, got 4 kids, and there's so many things that go wrong, I think the NHS we're lucky to have. I
Yeah,
think he's
no, don't get me wrong. Of
I think he's
course we
way
are.
over fucking worked. And going into the doctors the other day, did I say it on the last episode about the doctors?
Yeah,
There was a room of 12, maybe even more than that, 20 chairs. The last few times I've been to the doctors over the last 5 years, I've never ever struggled for a seat. I couldn't find a seat in there, and they're all imbeciles in the middle of the day looking for attention.
yeah,
You can see who's sick and who needs to see a doctor, and you can see who is just taking advantage of the fact that they can get a doctor for free.
mm,
And there's a lot of people like that.
yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I think obviously the NHS is a incredible thing, but then there are other people that take the piss. So I think myself, like, if it's private and like say your work, most places like in America, you get your insurance for your work.
Hmm.
If you're working, you shouldn't have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, so all the people that are on the dole that's sitting around getting pissed and using all the money to fucking do drugs and that, why should they get free healthcare?
Exactly.
So that's what makes me think like maybe it would be. But then you're right. I'm sort of putting everyone in like one massive circle of like, if you're not working, then
Yeah, I
fuck off.
think
But
there's got to be schemes like that in America or something. Like there was Obamacare. I didn't know much about it, but
no,
like I
apparently
think
that
there's
was a
ways and means
fucking
around things.
yeah. They have
But
like
I
walk-in
just
centers and stuff.
yeah, I just think like when I cut my back when I landed on the gym glasses, I was drunk. Um, it was an emergency because I cut myself quite badly. When I went into A&E, there's fucking a room of 30 people, and there's probably about 5 or 6 people with visual problems going on.
Yeah,
Like, don't get me wrong, other people might have other stuff going on. So if you take 5 or 6 people that have visually got something wrong, then maybe another 5 or 6 people that you can't see what's going on with them. But there's another 20 people there that are wasting people's fucking time. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? And them people is why the NHS is fucked, because it was never this bad. It's bad now because people just treat it like it's like when you get anything for free in it, people just milk the shit out of it, and that's what they're
yeah.
doing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I don't know. I just think because even like in America and stuff like that, having it private doesn't solve anything. Like they're
No.
still overrun more than everyone. Like when I went to Canada and I had the problem with my eye,
Mm.
I was lucky that I got to see anyone because we were in the fucking countryside. If we were in the city, I wouldn't have seen anyone. I'd have had to just suck it up because it would have been impossible. I think
Yeah,
Jim was having stomach problems. I think he ended up spending like fucking 10 hours or something waiting to see someone in like a room.
which is insane.
Yeah. So I think there isn't going to be a problem. There's no solution for private or, but I just think to myself, like, if you're paying for it, you get a little bit better attention.
If you're paying for it, you'll get better attention. Also, if you're paying for it, it's like paying for a premium, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like if you're paying for that premium, then all them fucking people that are just milking it, they'll be sitting on the basic, and you'll just get in there because you're on the premium, and
Yeah. Which makes you think,
that's the best way for it to be. And
yeah.
after this time being ill, and it took me 3 weeks to get better again, I am debating it, just taking out some insurance and
Yeah. Going with
fucking
Booper.
yeah, go with Bupa or someone like that where I'll get seen straight away.
But I think workplaces should have an insurance. I think
A lot of
like
places do
my
now.
my work and that, like if you get fucked, then see you later. They couldn't give a rat's ass unless like you lose something or they're liable. They couldn't give a rat's ass if you're like yeah, if your hands are fucked. Like I'm starting to get I thought it was is it called tennis elbow?
Oh yeah,
But I looked it up and I think I've got more of golfers, which is where like it's like micro tears in like the muscles of your forearm that connect just around your elbow. But I can't tell them that. I'll lose fucking. They'll put me on a different job and take money off me. So I've just got to fucking put up with it.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. Like, there's a common thing at my place and my dad's place as well called white finger. So when you use like vibrating tools, you can develop something called white finger. So basically, you lose all sensation in your fingers. Your fingers go bright white,
Hmm.
and then it never recovers. Like, that's it. You're done. Your nerves are done in your hands, and
Okay.
it fucks you up. And loads of people got before they figured out that it was the tools doing it over the back in the day. Loads of guys got this, and they just carried on working, and they couldn't feel nothing with their hands, isn't it? And they're using power tools, which is insane to think nowadays. But as
Yeah.
health and safety's come in now, there's a certain amount of time that you can spend on them, like windies and stuff.
Yeah.
After that certain allotted time, you get taken off of it because of the way it is. So it. I think if your workplace cares enough about people, then, and they all claim they do, but we know 95% of them don't give a fuck. But
Hmm.
if they do put enough in for health and safety, then you end up in a situation where eventually there will be a healthcare system through work. And I think we will get to that point probably in the next 10 years because the NHS isn't going to get any better. And there's people that are working like me and you, where we're doing 50, 60-hour weeks. Our workplaces are going to have to start helping take care of us.
Yeah. I even
Otherwise,
like
there's
having a
going to be no
fucking
workforce.
chiropractor or something because obviously our backs are all fucked. But my workplace have now got a fucking an entire country to fill my like. If you are fucked, they'll just fly someone else in.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know what I mean?
unfortunately that's the place that you work in, isn't it?
So, but yeah, no, I think private. I would definitely consider going private just to have that. Know that if something's gone wrong, I can get seen quicker.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Just because I think if I'm in a real fucking emergency, they're still just going to stick me in the fucking lobby. You know what I mean? It's like,
Oh, mate. Yeah.
fucking
Charlotte's
so
dad got his operation for his sciatica like almost straight away when the NHS told him it would be fucking like over a year wait.
yeah. The same with like when I had my sleep, I had to go for a sleep test for my sleep apnea. That was a
Mm.
year to the day. Sabina um has to be put under because she's got a bad tooth. They said that could be up to 2 years. I still haven't got a dentist. I've been trying for 3 years to get signed up for the dentist. They won't sign me up.
Yeah.
They said the list was too long. Yeah, I mean it's fucking mental, absolutely mental. So
Yeah. I
yeah, I
think,
did consider Bupa
yeah, I do think it's worth it
because I
after it's
bet
bit.
if I went with Bupa, I probably had to get my ADHD diagnosed as well.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. So yeah, I've definitely thought about it.
It's
But
not that much either.
no. But I hope you get your operation soon. Obviously, we don't know what it is for, but hopefully it gets sorted and you feel better and you can not have to go to the NHS for a long time. Fuck that.